I didn't watch the Haley and the DeSantis town halls yesterday.
I watched bits of it. I watched a little. Mama told me it was on.
Yeah,
and she was watching DeSantis while we were in the kitchen together.
Uh-huh.
I didn't catch what he was saying. I did catch one of the questions that they asked Nikki, and that was the
whole slavery thing. Still, probably.
Well, but the border, the not the border. I'm sorry. They did ask about the border because they want everybody and their mama to talk about how they're going to do that.
Did she say
there's no one solution? But okay. I wanted to hear one of the people in the audience who was a Nikki Haley supporter asked about that recent shooting because remember yesterday the shooting actually took place in Iowa, right? So the guy who asked the question. He said, I wish the family well. That was good. He said that first before going into this whole town hall thing. But how would she fix situations like that? Yeah. So I was waiting for her. She said the first thing with the mental health thing.
Nothing stuck out on you?
I was waiting for her to continue on because can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Testing? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you. Hear you.
Good.
Go ahead. So you was waiting on what?
We're talking about the Nikki Haley and DeSantis town hall meeting yesterday, Wendy. I was usually when you ask someone about the shootings in schools or those types of shootings, there's no one-all answer. But one of the answers, of course, is always the mental concern, mental illness, and mental health. And I don't know how they can really help that because you don't know if the person, whoever going off, you have no clue who going to go off and what you can do to help them. But I wanted to hear something along the lines of since September 11, 9/11, you notice when 9/11 happened, all of the airports changed their rules and their process and how you get on.
They started taking everything, our little toothpaste, everything.
Metal detectors, they took my water bottles.
They took my little tweezers one time.
Everything with a little metal in it. Right. We probably have to do that for the schools. You have no choice.
There's no way they're going to be able
to. They have to. Because if more kids get in or students or teachers or if they let them, do you not know they have that at my old high school? They have a metal detector.
No, but they can't check for
the metal detector goes off when they come in with metal. The kids
I thought they had those already.
No, not every school.
They have to stay on top of that too because when my son was in high school years ago and they had metal detectors and I came out and I told myself, so that's good. They got metal detectors in here. He said, Mom, they don't even work.
That's right.
Then they're going to have to be on top of keeping them up and license and inspection. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it is necessary.
I think it'd be one. Okay, it's one thing.
But like I said, there's no one answer to this.
Yeah, there's no one answer.
Because you can say mental health all you want to. And even with the police officers, having someone who's good with mental health, talking a person off the ledge so they won't fall, or if they got a weapon in their hand, they won't attack anybody else, talking them through. That's great. And there'd be a lot of money to do that. In every situation, the cop has to go. Somebody got to go with him. Hey, slow down, put the knife down. You'll be okay. But you really don't know when those one-offs happen just so fluently. A person can be fired. They can be mad at the world. Yeah. Or like even the situation we talked about yesterday, Wendy, with the brother going off on the sister.
Yeah.
Who knew? How do you handle that kind of stuff?
So they actually had 5 takeaways from the Haley and the DeSantis town halls.
What were they?
Now, this is what this article, who is this? This is the Washington Post. It says, Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley held back-to-back CNN town halls in Iowa. Remember, everything is Iowa. On Thursday, as they fight to emerge as the primary GOP presidential challenger to Donald Trump. We already know Donald Trump is leading them. It's by ridiculous amounts. It's ridiculous. With the Iowa caucus set to kick off the Republican nominating process on January 15th, the town halls are among the candidates' final chances to make an impression. It says DeSantis, the governor of Florida, and Haley, the former UN ambassador, are now fighting for second place for the debate next Wednesday. You was asking about when the debate
another
is.
Debate, yeah.
Trump has skipped debates throughout the primary. He's not going to be there.
He feels he don't need to come.
So this is the Washington Post says their biggest takeaways. Haley still cleaning up the Civil War comment.
Yep. Stepping still further in it, they said.
I already explained my thought on why she's not going to ever say that or become clear on it, because she doesn't want to. Nikki Haley always wants to play safe, and she never wants to anger the other side, or she don't want either side angry. She's always going to say a political politician answer. That's why I said I thought she'd be a good president. The president's a figurehead.
But you even said that day.
That's all they got to do is keep the peace.
When that topic came up, Kim even said that she may be controversial as well, because think about it. If we sit down and really think, okay, slavery was the main thing.
Yes.
Do you really
think, the underlining thing.
Do you really think that the Northern group, the Northerners, the president in place, did they really, really care about us?
No, it's about money.
To say, we gotta stop slavery and abolish it, and that's wrong. How you doing that with people? Do you really think they care about us to do that for that main reason?
To win the war.
Yeah, yep. So it says Haley is doing damage control Thursday for the remarks she made at the New Hampshire event a week ago, when she omitted slavery as the cause of the Civil War, and faced intense backlash. She later said she have acknowledged slavery. If you grow up in South Carolina, literally in the 2nd and 3rd grade, you learn about slavery. That's what Haley said in her town hall. Right. You grow up and you have, I had Black friends growing up. It is very talked about. We have a big history in South Carolina when it comes to, she keeps saying, slavery. She don't like saying the word slavery. When it comes to all the things that happened with the Civil War and all of that, I was trying to get people to think past slavery. That's what she said. And talking about the lessons that we could learn going forward. She
was saying slavery by default.
Right.
It's already understood it was for slavery.
She said
there's other underlining reasons why they did it.
She said, I now know I shouldn't have done that. So this is what she said at the town hall meeting. I'm interested in DeSantis' answer. He didn't even answer.
Well, he slammed her for her answer.
Oh, okay.
And on The View, they were saying, I think Anna, because Anna can't stand him. Mm-hmm. How dare you slam her when you had issues with the whole slavery not being that blacks have learned and come a long way from slavery.
Right.
And they benefited from it. So you just as messy as her answer as well.
Now, they said she got some mockery online when she said, I had Black friends.
Oh, Sonny tore her up on that one. Sonny did not like that comment.
I love how people always say, I have a Black friend.
She said, quit doing that. Don't do that. That's worse than saying you got a whatever color friend.
But you know what? We do that too as Black people.
I don't say I have a white friend.
No, if we had one.
No. In fact, not to say I don't now, but it was some years ago. Mm-hmm. My close friend, co-worker, she's from South Korea. Mm-hmm. And we talk about stereotypes all the time. And we're free to doing that. We're very comfortable with each other. She's a born again believer as well. So we talk about a lot of stuff. She one time asked me, she said, Lenora, do you have any white friends? And I had to, Wendy, I had to sit and think about it. I said, why you asking me
I don't
that?
think I've ever had a white friend. She said, it's not that I don't want one. I just don't think I've ever had one.
I'm not a white friend, Kim. You seem like you'd be the type that would have one.
I know, huh? I don't think I've ever had a white friend.
That's something to think about, a close white friend.
But I didn't grow up with white people.
I went to college.
Well, I guess I did. I went to all white school.
You sure did, Kim. You sure did. And you had a few back then. They would call on you, Kim.
No, but they wasn't my friend.
I had two little white friends named Nikki and Tommy.
Oh,
really? I started digging in the yard all the time.
That's funny.
I never saw their parents. Oh. And after their parents saw me, they wouldn't let them play me with me anymore.
Oh, you've had a white friend?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You said to me like you surprised.
I had that when she asked me that question.
I had a white friend when Dr. Martin Luther King got murdered.
Yeah,
assassinated. they were beating up all the kids in my school, all of them. So I had to go find my white friend.
Wow.
And I had to take her out of the building so she wouldn't get beat up.
Oh, no.
Yes. And the next day, the principal called me into the office and said her mother didn't want her to be around me anymore.
Wow.
I couldn't play with her anymore, but I saved her life because they beat up a good 20 or 30 kids that day. And I got her out of that building.
Saved her. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that
I never thought about it until she asked me. She challenged me. I said, I never thought about that. I won't say her name, my friend. But I said, that's a good question. I said, let me think on it. Because I don't have a lot of friends anyway. That's the thing, too.
I think that's too, yeah.
And if you do have one, have they ever been in your house?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been in their house?
Yeah, yeah.
You had a white person in the house?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who?
Not in our apartment. Oh, yeah, I don't say friends.
That's what I said. They're not friends.
I don't have them at that level. But we got family.
Well, yeah, you got white people in your family.
You know how you have sleepovers when you're a kid? Did you ever sleepover?
Oh, like the Brady Bunch had that little token black girl.
They had the one black girl.
Who put itchy powder in the sleeping bag? Oh, who was it that did it? And Peter, don't mind Peter. It was funny, and this is a fun party. Y'all remember that sleep? I know.
Putting itchy powder in.
They had
Jan, that was it. Jan, why did you think nobody liked you?
She wore that black wig because she wanted to be different.
We gotta get out of here, Jan. Somebody put itchy powder in the sleeping bag.
The rest there was Marsha. Could have been Marsha's because she was mad at the one.
They all had a black friend,
but it's funny though. That little token and that little Asian girl was.
They all had they had an Asian friend. They had a black friend. Nobody. They didn't have no Latino friends, did they?
No.
Were there any Latinos on the Brady Bunch?
When our society is really screwed up. I mean, really. When you think about it.
But that's a good question.
Have you ever had anybody of a different race to come over your house, have dinner, spend the night, hang out of a different race? And if you got to think about it, there's not too many people that have.
No, not friends. Now, family members who are white, yeah.
And neighbors.
Yeah.
People my mom was close to at church.
My mom had co-workers.
But they were not. My mom had a good friend when she went.
My mom has a white friend.
She has a good friend, yes.
They still friends today.
Say her name, but yeah.
They still friends today.
So
they've been friends for a long time.
I think too, because of the type of people we are, Wendy, we don't have a lot of people in our circle.
We don't have a lot of friends, period. So that's why.
So if you were to even ask me how many black friends I got,
no,
very, very, maybe one or two good ones. But friends,
and nobody sleeping over my house
because you have your sister.
Yeah, that's probably
exactly. Why. Yeah.
No, she was older than me growing up. I didn't hang
got closer after high school, after college.
No, way after that.
Okay.
Not after college.
When you came back from college.
No. It was after that. Yeah, that was it was after I was married, probably. Yeah, it was later.
Okay.
The other takeaway is DeSantis and Haley mostly went after Trump. They both took jabs at each other, but it was noted that they went after Trump
more so than they did before.
Yeah, that probably helped Nikki Haley because people kept saying she's soft on Trump because she wants to be his VP.
Exactly.
So they probably told her, you got to pump it up at this thing to let people know you don't want to be his VP.
Alyssa kind of gave clarity on The View that there are people like the Tucker Carlsons and them. They don't want her to even be a part of the whole Trump clan.
Right.
Because of her stance on things. She's more of the Bush.
So she had to separate herself.
So they're separating her whether she like it or not.
And he is. Trump did. He talked about it like a dog today.
Yeah, he sure did.
So he dismissed that rumor that no, there's no. Me and Nikki Haley are nothing. She's not nowhere near me.
Yep.
It says they both focus mostly their attacks on Trump. Overwhelming polling leader Nikki is. Again, what I just said. She wanted to separate herself. DeSantis' strategy has always hinged on peeling away the Trump voters, even as he defends himself on many fronts. I feel like his best bet is the conservative thing. The country's going to hell in a handbasket, and I'm here to save it. I think that helps him to get Trump voters.
He'll get the church people.
He's totally opposite of Biden. He can't stand Biden. He doesn't even want to talk to him or negotiate with him. That's a Trumpster. So I think he's the closest, other than Vivek, to the people. If you couldn't vote for Trump, who would you vote for? DeSantis or Vivek? But I don't think they'll vote for Vivek. But I don't know.
What happened to Fred Flintstone? He's gone.
He's still running too, Kim.
He's still there, but he don't have enough votes.
He don't?
No.
That's a shame. I wish he did.
Is he leading Vivek?
Yeah.
Isn't he leading him?
Yeah. No, he's the last one. Vivek is 3.
That was a question they asked him on The View, because he was on The View this past week.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, why don't all of the 3 of you just get behind one candidate
so that y'all can really compete?
And push. No,
they don't want to. They don't like each other.
They don't. Yeah.
DeSantis took aim at Trump and he don't have no view on what to do about the border. So I told you that Trump don't have a good idea either. He wants to put a concentration camp up.
Nobody does. Abbott's trying to do his thing by putting up barbed wires and stuff.
Yeah. So he don't like him. He also goes after Trump, which I agree with, saying that he's a pro-lifer and he wants to put a term limit. I always told you, I feel like if you are a true pro-lifer, that's it. There is no term.
But they've been taking that. A lot of the people have been talking about that whole Texas law, that situation with the mother. Here's the thing that pro-lifers need to really be clear on. When you got a mother who is losing her baby, she wants it so bad.
Okay.
She does not want that baby aborted.
Yeah.
And the doctor is saying, you, ma'am, will die.
And she got to die.
Pretty much you are saying, as pro-lifers, why isn't her life as important as the baby?
No. They would say,
because here's my thing. They would say, in my spiritual mind, I'm thinking, God, if you put your spirituality in it and your faith, you know that baby is going to heaven.
No, but you don't do it.
But the mother may not go to heaven. No, so let's give her soul a chance.
No, if you are a pro-lifer, if it's meant for the baby to survive, God will make the baby survive. If it's meant for you to survive, you'll survive.
Then let God
if
do
it's
it
meant for both of you, they will say, let God do it.
Okay.
No man should go in
and purposely
take the life. But yet they'll take the life of everything else. But anyway, no man should take the life of the child. We had this discussion. I agree. If you are a pro-lifer.
No other options.
DeSantis is a pro-lifer. Pence is a pro-lifer.
They don't have
no terms, no nothing. Let it happen naturally. Whatever happens, Sarah, whatever will be. Whatever happens. If you feel there are exceptions, if you feel that there are anything else, you are pro-choice. Sorry, I agree with DeSantis.
Fred Flintstone did say we need to quit with this pro-life because once they have that baby, you don't see them no more.
I agree.
He said from the womb to the tomb. Quit Republicans, y'all fake and phony with this pro-life thing. Because once that child or that woman has that baby, you ain't nowhere to be found to help her support it.
Yeah.
And then who ends up starving?
Yeah.
Or she gives it away because she can't feed it no more. So that defeats the whole purpose.
So that's how DeSantis tried to separate himself from Trump.
Oh, okay.
If you are a pro-lifer, you will vote for me. Because Trump believes in a term. He also believes in exceptions. In my opinion, and Nikki does too. And in my opinion, they are not pro-lifers. They are pro-choice, which means they believe there are exceptions and you have a choice. They believe you have a choice.
A doctor or somebody.
They just believe the choices might be a little different, but they are not, in my opinion. But
it's not a cut and dry.
I just feel like it's cut and dry.
That's a child. That's
one you can argue about.
That's a good debate.
Nikki Haley groans over Haley having New Hampshire will correct Iowa. DeSantis has spent much of Thursday knocking Haley for her recent comments in New Hampshire. So he went after her with the whole Civil War thing. Yeah. That was his whole thing. They couldn't wait to find something to go after her.
He's so petty, messing with Disney World, messing with the the gay, what's the transgender, what's the
transgender?
Dancer? No, the other.
I don't know.
Like RuPaul in now. What's the name? Drags. He's definitely stuck on that like a broken record. So
he's conservative. He's big time conservative.
Okay. Well, at least he's been consistent, I guess.
DeSantis was pressed on same-sex marriage. Of course, he's not going to agree with that
because he's conservative. He's very conservative.
So he said no, of course, but DeSantis said, adding that was not a good day for the country. But he also reiterated, he's talking about January 6th. The Democrats have overblown the event of January 6th when a pro-Trump mob stormed the Capitol and briefly halted the certification of the election.
You asked a good question, too. If you were to talk to any mega people that are born-again believers, why would they even justify being a Trump supporter as a born-again believer where they have DeSantis, who is very conservative, even concerning with the Bible?
I would be with DeSantis.
Why would you, in your born-again believer mind...
You don't believe in gay, you don't believe in transgender,
yes,
you don't believe...
all of that, and you're supporting Trump.
I would support DeSantis.
DeSantis would be your man. With all the church people. What'd you say? Yeah.
Hypocrites.
So they asked him in his town hall about that. He went on to say about marriages between a man and a woman. He does not believe.
Church, the believers would follow him because a lot of that they don't believe. The Pat Robinsons, if he was still alive,
right,
he would be calling out DeSantis.
And he went on to say at the town hall, it said he went on to warn people who try to wield the power against our religious institutions. He didn't like the Supreme Court legalizing same-sex marriage in 2015. And in other words, he's almost saying, when I become president, my goal is to overturn all of that stuff.
Overturn it. Okay.
He wants to go back to whatever it was before all of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Both candidates were asked about gun violence. That's what you talked about.
Right.
Nobody said take away gun rights, of course. Collins pressed DeSantis on whether he supports an effort to eliminate a 3-day waiting period. DeSantis said he supported instant checks and buyers. He don't want no waiting period.
Excuse me.
And the Collins guy said, you don't support a 3-day waiting period? And he said, I think it should be instant. That's what DeSantis said. Haley went away from that and focused more on mental health as a driver of such shootings. Just to clear on gun restrictions themselves, do you favor any additional gun restrictions or not? She was asked. We could go and take away a certain kind of gun today, and that would make you feel better just today. But a week from now, there'll be another shooting. So she don't believe in taking away guns either.
But remember I think it's the state of Illinois. I can't remember. I should have my data before me. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think it's the state of Illinois, which is the AR. Is it the AR-15?
Yeah, that 15 thing.
They're banning it, but anyone who has one has to register it.
Right.
You said that was one thing they should do. Let them keep them. But I need to know John Doe that lives on Justin Avenue has one.
I told y'all, and I told you most people don't like my we disagree.
Yeah.
I told y'all I wanted to be the Wild Wild West.
Well, look what happened with that family yesterday. Nobody wants that. Because anybody walking by can maybe be get shot. You driving by the house, and a bullet comes by because some brothers is fighting each other.
I agree.
Get the sister while she holding the baby.
I agree.
Oh, no. That's crazy.
I know.
But there was nothing they could do about it because if those guys got those guns illegal.
That's what I'm saying.
There's nothing you can do about it.
And that's why I said the Wild Wild West.
The neighbor
It becomes so common that, where's your guy? That's a nice gun you got on your jaw.
Jim, what is that? Holster you got carrying it.
In the beginning, it'll be crazy.
And everybody be like how they do when they do standing.
But it's like,
and they hold their hand near it and they pull it out fast.
To me, I look at it as like the prohibition when you couldn't drink. Everybody was robbing and killing and all kind of stuff. Now you can go on Red Lobster and have a drink.
Yeah. They had those steel meals and in the basement of their homes and hid
marijuana,
making moonshine.
People buying pot, reefer on the corner, or the guy coming to your house and people getting busted. Now all of a sudden there's a dispensary everywhere, and regular old lady, regular people going in, getting out of their Mercedes like it's nothing.
Yeah. Get their little gummy bears.
They make it's like it's nothing. And they talk about it on television. It's nothing anymore.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I think in the
guns would be the same.
I think in the beginning, people be like, oh, but then after a while,
we'll be used to it.
I'm not robbing him because everybody packing.
But you know what? That'll be hard on the police, law enforcement.
No. Because we go with what you said.
What?
AI. There'll be RoboCops.
Oh, if you shoot at them, they won't have nothing.
It means absolutely not. I'm kicking your door in and I'm coming in. Oh. We all got guns. Doesn't matter.
Put down your weapon. Put down your weapon. Does not compute.
Not only that, but he's scanning you and he knows how many guns is in the house.
Illegal weapon. Put down your weapon. I love RoboCop.
I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm for that. I'm for the future of the world. Oh. They scan the house. They know whose guns. They know what you got. Illegal cannon must confiscate.
There's a body underneath the couch, the sofa. Come out with your hands up.
Thank you.
We're AI world. That's safer for the law enforcers.
That's just how it is.
Okay.
Right. Or if you're gonna take them, you got to take all of them.
It'd be paddy wagons.
And that's not going to happen.
Grandma be in the back.
I wonder if it'll be safer for the black man with RoboCop.
That's why I'm saying that everybody should.
Kim said whoever's programming it.
Who's ever programming it.
Oh, Lord, if he programs it with racial profiling, we in trouble.
Name Jamal, 1.5 million chance of being a criminal.
He is 2% black. He does count.
No, I'm a white guy named Jamal. Does not compute. Your mother should not have named you Jamal.
Black man. Named Jamal must be a black man.
Shaquana.
We had a guy at my college,
Tyrone,
named Leroy.
Oh, Leroy,
white guy. He was a maintenance guy named Leroy.
All right, so that's it. That's Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. Nothing new, y'all. They both the second place. Trump is still number one. Trump will still win the Republican nominee.
We don't know that.
Who else gonna win the Republican nominee?
Well, that's what Fred Flintstone said. He said, "Can we just trust people to go to the polls and do the voting? We're quickly making this man the winner."
I'm so sick
of him. And I kind of see what he's saying.
You know why I'm sick of him?
Why?
Because he didn't say anything until he got kicked out of the group.
He got talked about.
It'd be different if he left on his own.
Yeah.
If he left on his own and then he was doing all this talking about Trump, then I would listen to him more. Yeah. He was kicked out.
And then now he's got his feelings hurt now.
Why was he kicked out?
They kicked him out. First of all, he got sick with COVID and nobody visited him and he got mad. This was during the time when COVID was at his height. But before before he got sick with COVID, Trump had sent him packing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't want to hear
hurt, baby.
Trump was the one he got COVID from.
Probably the carrier.
Because they were having a session where he was prepping Trump for what he was going to say, and they were in the same room for hours, just him and Trump. Mm-hmm. And Trump never told him that he had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
He got him sick.
Wow. I can't remember if I said Justice Raw. Did I?
He was coaching him.
Hey,
for
Justice.
He was coaching him in a room by himself.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right.
Yep. All right, y'all. I saw this story and I said, you know what? Let's talk about it. Nicki Minaj.